You have ambition. You have big dreams. And you want to live that amazing life you picture in your head every night. But there's one slightly embarrassing problem. You're lazy. You know exactly what you should be doing. But you don't do it. Day after day. You procrastinate. You miss opportunities. And then you beat yourself up for not taking action. Deep down, you know you're capable of so much more. But instead of changing, you keep repeating the same pattern over and over again. The guilt keeps growing, day after day, until you slowly accept it as part of your personality. Like, yeah, I guess I'm just lazy. It is what it is. Then the new year comes around. You set the exact same goals as last year. You start with sky-high motivation and a bit of delusional confidence. And before you even settle into the routine, procrastination shows up again like that annoying uncle who visits without calling first. You procrastinate a little, then a little more, and before you know it, you're stuck in an endless loop. Lazy. Procrastinate. Disappointed. Set goals again. Repeat. You want to break out of this loop. You want to overcome procrastination and kick laziness out of your life so you can actually turn your ambitions into reality. So you start searching for solutions. You binge watch video after video. But most of them tell you the same things. Quit social media. Remove distractions. Make detailed plans. Be more disciplined, and sure, those things might work for a few days. But eventually, you end up right back where you started, as if nothing changed. The real reason isn't motivation or discipline. It's something way more basic: inertia. In physics, inertia is the tendency of objects to stay exactly as they are, if they're still. They want to stay still, if they're moving. They want to keep moving, unless something pushes them. And humans are no different. When you're procrastinating, you tend to keep procrastinating. You don't start anything because, in your mind, the first step looks gigantic. Like climbing Mount Everest in flip-flops. So you choose whatever feels easier, scrolling on your phone, watching Netflix, playing games, basically anything except the thing you actually need to do. The problem isn't laziness. The problem is you've turned the first step into a terrifying monster in your imagination. You think about writing a 5,000 word essay. And instantly it becomes an infinite mountain. You want to go to the gym. But the idea of doing it consistently for months makes you want to lie down and take a nap forever. You want to start a business. But just imagining the to-do list feels as exhausting as running 3 laps around the planet. And so, you keep procrastinating, not because you're useless, not because you lack motivation, but simply because you're stuck in your own inertia. But here's the interesting part. If inertia is the problem, then inertia is also the solution, as long as you know how to make it work for you. If inertia can pin you down like a rock, it can also push you forward, as long as you know how to give yourself a tiny little nudge. The good news is, you don't need a Hollywood-style breakthrough. You don't need a spiritual awakening. And you definitely don't need to read 7 self-help books in a row to transform your life. You don't. You just need one small step, so small your brain has no reason to resist it. And there are 2 incredibly effective ways to break through the wall of procrastination that seems impossible to crack. The first way is to make the first step ridiculously easy. The truth is most people don't procrastinate because the task is hard, but because they turn it into a 15-headed monster in their own imagination. When you say, I have to write a 5,000 word essay, your brain translates that into danger, red alert, run now. And you do run, not because you're weak, but because your brain is doing exactly what it's designed to do: protect you from discomfort. So instead of giving yourself a giant mission, shrink it until failure becomes almost impossible. Don't say, I must write 5,000 words. Say, I'll write 50 words. Who can't write 50 words? Don't say, study for 3 hours. Say, I'll read 1 page, just for fun. Don't say, work out for 1 hour. Say, I'll do 1 push-up, just to get moving. When the task becomes so small and so easy that it's almost funny, you stop feeling scared to begin. Your brain runs out of excuses. You start more easily, and here's the magic. Once you start, you usually want to keep going. The second method is the 2-minute rule, a simple technique powerful enough to change how you take action. The rule is simple. Whenever you don't want to do something, tell yourself you'll do it for just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Don't want to clean your room? Put on a song. Clean until the song ends. Then stop. Don't want to write? Set a 2-minute timer and type whatever comes to mind. If after 2 minutes you want to stop, stop. Don't want to exercise? Just change into workout clothes and move for 2 minutes. Do a couple of light movements. But the truth is almost no one stops after 2 minutes. Why? Because an object in motion tends to stay in motion. You're like a rolling ball. Hard to push at first. But once it moves past the starting point, it rolls smoothly on its own. Humans work exactly the same way. You just need to get past the hardest point, the moment of starting, and everything afterward becomes much easier. Sometimes even surprising yourself. Wow, I actually did that much? That's why the first step must be small, easy, and not demanding any iron willpower. Once you start, you don't need to force yourself. You don't need rigid discipline, you just naturally continue. By applying these 2 methods, you can break inertia, overcome procrastination, and finally turn ambition into reality, literally. Not just in dreams. And here's something even more interesting. This trick works not just for study or work. It works for everything in life you've been avoiding. Want to start going to the gym but never managed to begin? Don't think about a 1-hour workout. Put on your gym clothes and do just one movement. Want to start a business but feel overwhelmed? Don't try to create a perfect 1-year plan. Just sit down and write one simplest idea. Want to improve relationships with family or friends? Don't aim to fix everything. Just send one message. Make one call. Or ask one simple question to restart the connection. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because the truth is, there's no such thing. If you keep sitting around waiting for the right timing, there's a good chance that by the time it finally arrives, you'll already be past your prime. Instead, take 2 minutes to send a quick message, make a simple call, or do one small thing to reconnect. You'll be surprised how the biggest changes often start from tiny steps, sometimes so tiny they're almost funny. Martin Luther King once said you don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step. That's the key to every transformation. You don't need to know the entire path. You don't need to finish everything in one day. You just need to start. Even if that first step is so small no one else notices. And the truth is, you don't need anyone to notice, you just need you to begin. If you're ambitious but stuck with the classic combo of laziness and procrastination, here's the most important thing to remember. You're not putting things off because you're weak or not good enough. You're stuck because inertia is holding you back. Just like an object at rest stays at rest unless something pushes it. You're the same way. The hardest step is always the first one, not because it's heavy, but because it requires you to win against yourself. To push the ball uphill before it starts rolling on its own. So make that first step so small, so light, and so easy that your brain has zero reason to fight it. You don't need to write 5,000 words. Just write 50. You don't need to work out for an hour. Just do one push-up. You don't need to clean the whole room. Just pick up one item. Do 2 minutes instead of stressing all day. Because once you break through that initial inertia, everything becomes so much easier. And the best part is this: if you do this every day, even just a tiny bit, you'll slowly stop being a procrastinator. You'll become a doer. Someone who starts even before they're ready. Someone who doesn't wait for motivation but creates momentum on their own. Someone who finally reaches goals you used to stare at from afar without daring to touch. Most importantly, you'll turn your biggest ambitions into real outcomes, not just recurring dreams you replay every night. So don't wait another day. Don't sit there wondering when the perfect time will come. The perfect time is right now. Simple, small, just one step. Start right now.